What's good? What's good? What's really good, good people? Today is the day, good people. It is good to be alive. It is good to be in the land of the living. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you for everyone who has supported, who has commented, who has shared, liked anything Charm City Direct TV has done. And this is a new venture for me. This is a show that was on IG, but I took it off of IG to give it some meat and potatoes, so to speak. For those who were following me on IG, it was called Sunday Morning Smile, and it was an inspirational show, motivational show to help you get through whatever it is that you're going through. Um, and I did that on IG on a Sunday. So the significance of a Sunday, this is the Lord's Day, and to share some type of inspiration, motivation your way. So I'm going to get into it because coming up today, we're going to be talking about the topic overcoming obstacles. You ever had a situation where you wanted to do something and you wanted to do it so bad, but there were things in the way that got in your way that kind of hindered you from doing those things that you wanted to do? What was the thing or things that you did to overcome those obstacles to get to where you needed to be? And joining me is my sister, my good friend. I call her my mentor because when I started this journey into live stream and podcasts, I looked at her and she was just blowing up. She was doing her thing. She will be here, and I'm talking about my sister, Cutrina P.I.N.K.S Freeman of the Pink Show. She will be here to talk about how she overcame her obstacles to get to where she's getting right now in her business. Also, want to share with you a video from the Baltimore Urban Inspirational Choir, and it's kind of fitting with this topic that we are talking about today. We shall overcome. I know you heard that plenty of times from the late great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. We're just going to show that video of them singing a remake of that classic song right here on Sunday Morning Live. And Sunday Morning Live starts, if I could get the mouse to go over, starts right now. Yeah.
even though we face the difficulties of tomorrow, I still have a dream.
Everybody lift it up, say, I have a dream.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
I have a dream.
I have a dream that all children will one day live in a nation where they shall not be judged by the content of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Who is it? I
have a dream.
I have
a dream.
a dream.
I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream.
That's right, good people. We shall overcome someday, live right here on Sunday Morning Live. That was the Baltimore Urban Inspirational Choir. Make sure you check them out on YouTube and Facebook. Just try and spread some inspiration your day this morning. Today, good people, we're going to be talking about the topic, overcoming obstacles. That's right, overcoming obstacles. What are those things that kind of stopped you from blocked you or stopping you from doing what you wanted to do? And special guest today is my sister, my good friend, Cutrina P.I.N.K.S Freeman. She is the host of the Pink Show, and I had the pleasure of being with her for some time to create her vision, to create her studio. Basically what you see here in the Charm City Direct studio, we did that with her, and it was a pleasure for me just to see her in her element and to see her do her thing. I think one thing for me when I tried to start Charm City Direct TV, I thought that people would migrate towards my live stream. I thought that it was a multitude of people that was going to come to my live stream just by me putting it out there. Sadly mistaken. And then I realized that a lot of people are not going to support you in your endeavor. So the one thing I had to overcome, the obstacle that I had to overcome, was to not be discouraged. And saying that, a lot of people get discouraged when they don't have the support, when they don't have people that see your vision and wholeheartedly want to support you. Another obstacle I had to face was the word no. I learned from a young age when I was living with my pastor. I asked him, and I tell people this all the time. I tell the people this story. I wanted to go somewhere so bad. I really needed to be there. And I asked him because, of course, I'm young. I didn't have a car. I asked him, could he take me? And he said no. Now, people, you look at the word no in many different ways. You hear it, but for me, no has a significant meaning. You know, when a baby does something and you don't want them to do it again and you want them to stop right instantly instead of saying the word stop, you say no. And if they recognize that word no, they're going to stop. But then you have the word no as a power word. And when I say power word, that word is a fuel for me. I don't know about you, but when you say the word no to me, that only makes me go harder. So sometimes you might want to hear that word no. Maybe sometimes you need to hear that word no to let it resonate. Let it resonate in your soul and your body to push harder. Now, I'm not saying you need to hear that word every day, but every once in a while, you need to hear the word no. You need to hear that word of I can't do it. And in other words, what I'm saying is instead of I can't do it, you need to hear the word no to make you push just a little bit harder to say, okay, if you don't want to help me, I can do this on my own. And that was my power word. Right after he said it, I felt a tingling in my body. I felt something that said, you know, I didn't want to beat him up. You know, I mean, hey, he got the car. He could get around fine, but I can't. So I had to do something. And just by that power word, people know I had to make a way. So that was the obstacle that I had to overcome. I had to overcome the obstacle of looking at the word no as not being a block. I had to look at the word no as a power word, as a fuel to get what I needed to get on my own. Because if he said no, look at how many other people would say no to me. Now, like I said, that you know, people are not going to inadvertently come out and say no. They're going to beat around the bush or beat around Robin Hood's barn, the old cliche of what you used to hear, and they're not necessarily going to say no. They're going to make it. They're going to make it kind of sweet, but in retro, they're saying no. So your obstacle is to get over the word no. That's what I face. That is my overcoming obstacle. So I'm gonna bring in my special guest now. Like I said, good people, she is a good friend of mine, and she has taught me a lot. I've seen her in her element, whether she know it or not. She looks at me as her mentor, but in retro, I look at her as my mentor because I've seen her. She was there before I was. So I'm going to bring her on. My good friend, my sister, Cutrina P.I.N.K.S. Freeman. How you doing?
Hey, E Digga, what's up? We're in the house Sunday
I'm
morning.
good. I'm good.
It's a Sunday morning. Hey, thanks for the invitation. It's always a pleasure when you and I link together because it's
Right.
not just it's beyond radio.
Right.
It becomes a relationship, and you and I had created a relationship during the process.
Right.
And I thank you for the opportunity today because it's been some real obstacles.
Right. Right.
It's been some real obstacles. So I really appreciate the opportunity.
Right. So
Appreciate the
tell
opportunity.
everybody about the Pink Show, your business. Tell everybody that don't know. Tell everybody who out there who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my name is P.I.N.K.S. It stands for praise is needed, keep speaking. And I think for the most part, the name was founded in the process of me being an administrator for Johns Hopkins University, working in the Sydney Cancer Center. And while I was there, I got familiar with seeing how cancer worked and, all the different things that take place when you have cancer, being able to talk to the family, the patients, and so forth. And then it hit me, the color pink. That was like the color for breast cancer awareness, and
Right.
and I seen a lot of it. Pink was never my favorite color. It was never my favorite color, but I was forced to wear it as a child.
Okay.
And I hated it. But working in that area of expertise and being able to see how children and adults had to go through this horrible disease of cancer.
Right.
It was just the Lord had gave me. I was heavy in the church. I was working in the youth ministry, and the Lord was speaking to me about my vision, about, it wasn't really radio. I didn't know what it was. It was more so I had started going back to college. I had just registered for Notre Dame University in 2009 at the age of 38.
Mm.
And, I knew I wanted to be in communications. I actually wanted to be a public speaker. I wanted to be able to be in the forefront of being able to speak for someone who couldn't speak for themselves.
Right.
And be able to represent those who weren't able to represent themselves. So that's where the whole concept came from. But being where I was in that time, just seeing the different trials and everything with the families going through cancer and so forth. And the vision came to me clear. Pink is girl power. And then I just started wearing pink color hair. And everything around me was pink. And people was like, you really like ODing over this pink color. Because it kind of stuck to me that pink was girl power.
Right.
So during that time when, I had realized that I can go far with this. Like, it was more so like, okay, pink, praise is needed, keep speaking. And it all just came together. Like, okay, these are now the acronyms for P.I.N.K.S, P-I-N-K-S.
Right.
So that's how that part originally started. As I got more involved in school and being a communication major, I started taking different classes regarding broadcasting, journalism. I'm not cut out for journalism. I cannot be in nobody's forefront with no microphone trying to get a beat and figure out a story. That just wasn't me. I wanted to be the voice. I just wanted people to hear what I had to say. Mm-hmm. And I like how you emphasize on the word no. I will tell you this. There are so many talented people who started off with rejection.
Right.
Okay. And just like that word no was for you, rejection was for me.
Right.
Rejection meaning you're trying out for something, you're trying to be a part of something, and you get rejected for whatever reason. I can remember as a child, my grandmother teaching me and sending me to my teacher to practice how to say it was a poem when I was in school, in elementary school, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, but it just, the foundation that she always wanted me to be able to understand how to read and how to read with, how to read. You know what I mean? Right, with conviction. So, it was rejection. It was always rejection. No, you can't do this. No, you're not able to do that. And by people, family, friends, no, you're not. But I had to come to a conclusion that this rejection was not for me to set back.
Right.
It was for me to push forward.
Right.
And I thank God that I had the revelation to do that, because sometimes we take rejection and we just don't know how to move with it. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, a rejection is a setback to be set forward, because what happens is when you get rejected, you have to understand there's a reason for this rejection. If it's constructive criticism behind it, you take it and you run with it.
Right.
But if it's a rejection, it could be a rejection to not put you in a position where you think you should be, and you're not supposed to be. It's always something better. So during the processing of getting the name P.I.N.K.S, realizing who I was, being involved in school, I didn't realize, Ernest, I said, I want to be a voice. I want to be a voice to those who have talent, who have ambition, who have motivation,
right,
who have gifts to be able to do things, and no one wants to give them that opportunity.
Right.
You have, and I know, and we have heard many stories of people, of success stories of people who were rejected in the process of becoming who they are today.
Right.
We can go to many stories with Tiffany Haddish and Tyler Perry, and people who had to live in cars and give up and sell everything. You know what I mean? And then they had people that didn't support them, family that didn't support them, friends that didn't support them. Which reminds me, I am so thankful to have had people such as yourself to assist me in building this radio studio, and my intern, Deja, who has done such a tremendous job in helping me build that project, and my sister Shalita, who was able to donate and encourage me. And then I had, my family that reached out, supported. I am just so thankful for everyone that played a part in helping me build that project. I don't want to get too much into that yet, but I want to stay on point where I want to talk about more of what you were saying with the rejection. It made me be better. Now, I was in the church at the time, and I was serving in the ministry at the time, and I had an opportunity to become an intern at Radio 1. So when I got the opportunity to become a Radio 1 intern, it looked like everything broke loose. Like everything was just going so good. But at the same time, that part of me growing in the Lord was kind of pulling away because, of course, Radio 1, 92Q is secular. So, where I was in my ministry, that wasn't acceptable. You know what I mean? You couldn't do both. So I kind of moved towards going into that area because I knew it was needed. The man was needed. The man for it was needed. And I got involved in being an intern, and I started working under Kiki Brown and Kelson and, all others that work for Radio 1, and just doing stuff in promotions and helping out and going out there in the community. And people were just starting to get familiar with me. P.I.N.K.S. You know what I mean? And it wasn't because I was behind a microphone. It was because I was in the community. I was in Emerson Village setting up with the kids. We had, we would go out and set up tents and spin the wheel and give out prizes and so forth. And I enjoyed that. I loved it. I was so much involved in doing that it made me want more. It made me want to know more of what this media and radio thing was about. And in the process of doing that, I started getting involved with being on X105, being a co-host. DJ TNT opened up the door for me to come in, and I became a co-host with him. And from there, it was over. Online radio, it was over. No, at times I was able to sit in the seat at Radio 1, and I was able to interview with Radio 1 talents like the Radio Twins and Larry Young, and I was able to be a part, but to actually be behind the microphone, I never had that opportunity, only through online radio, which to me is better than anything else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where it all began. That's where the story all began. And overcoming the obstacle part of it is that I had a family, I had children. I was going to school full time. I was working full time. And I had no balance. I was just all over the place. You get this thing and you just like, you running, you going, you doing whatever. You like, I'm getting in. Like they said, you get in where you fit in, right?
Right.
But it was more to it than that. It was more to it than that. And I say this because sometimes we may move too fast into something where we're really not ready for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that this is not for you.
Right.
It just means that it's a timing for everything. And being in this area of expertise as a radio talent, you have to be transparent.
Right.
You have to be transparent. You have to have balance. You have to have boundaries. Because if you don't, you have to realize, especially if you have a spouse and children, you are the forefront of everybody in your household. So what people see is a reflection of you and your family.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I believe that I never gave any kind of bad vibes or anything that could make me look any different from anybody else. But what I'm saying is it's a very demanding job to do because it's just not about being in front of a camera talking to people. You have to have time out to reach people. You have to have time out to set a schedule for the person. Then you have to go in and do your content. Then you have to do your research, and you got to get out there and network. You got to get out there on the forefront. You got to get out there and network. So people just see, oh, they just show up and talk. No, that's not what it's about. I thank God that during the quarantine that he allowed me to be able to go in and build the very first P.I.N.K.S broadcasting and consulting studio here in Maryland. Okay. I thank God for that opportunity that we were able to network and be able to go in and make yourself available. And I was able to make myself available, and we were able to do it together. And it taught me, because I'm so used to just going and sitting in the chair and talking. I learned the foundation of how to build a productive studio. And I thank God that you were able to assist me with that, because it taught me resilience. It taught me determination. It taught me more than motivation, because we speak these things to our viewers and our listeners, but do we ever endure it?
Right.
So I thank God for the opportunity, because I was able to endure it. And of course, it hit me hard that I had to give it up because of COVID. But it taught me a mere lesson. It taught me that if God can allow me to build a studio and have individuals come and help me, I call them my dream team, to build the studio in a COVID crisis, in a pandemic, where people were losing jobs. I myself was laid off in June.
Right.
So I was working with the finance that I had to be able to do the studio, and the whole story with that. You know what I mean? But the obstacle part was just the passion. You got to have the passion behind it. You have to have the passion. You have to have the support. The support is 100%, but you can't look for nobody to give you that support. You have to have that support for yourself. You have to have that embedded in you, that you have to think this thing through for yourself, being transparent.
Another obstacle that I overcame when I started this was being a one-man show. Because again, not a lot of people would support you because they want to do it on their own as well. So, and I say this, for people who are starting out, I am a one-man show. Although I have, outsourced a lot of things, such as intros and, things, what you're seeing now, because I really don't know, but it's not a thing to outsource, to look out and see who have those services, who are willing to help you and don't want anything in return, but of course payment,
Yeah.
But the thing that really got me was I was so naive. Like I was thinking like there are going to be an influx of people that's going to help me. And I was sadly mistaken. So the other obstacle was to get over. How can I do this on my own?
Right.
And I started looking at videos. I started looking at other people's lives and,
Mhm.
not to mimic, but kind of get an idea of what they were doing. And it's nothing wrong with that, and I tell people a lot to surround yourself with people who are
Like,
like-minded.
yeah. Absolutely.
Surround yourself with people who see your vision
Go with the
because
goals.
right. And because a lot of people don't see your vision. They
Yeah.
pretend to see your vision, but they don't see your vision. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm playing a
Right.
play on words.
I did.
Uh and that is an obstacle that I had to overcome because like I said, when I came into this Pinks, I'm thinking that 985 some of our friends on my friends list was going to tune into my lives. Sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
I thought that the people who I call friends, these are the people that I talk to every day. These are the people who are technically inclined. These are the people that um said that they were going to help me when I was talking about this. They was not there. So I didn't get mad. I was upset for a moment,
Right.
but
Right.
to get over that hurdle,
Still emotions.
right,
Yeah.
to get over that hurdle or to get over that obstacle, I had to think of a way to say, you gonna have to be a one-man show.
Yeah.
And where I was in the beginning was a regular tablet, of just a plain old tablet. And I was doing everything on this tablet, but I am a person that I don't want to be stuck at a tablet. I need to progress on. I need to
Right.
take this tablet and make it better. You see
Right.
what I'm
That's
saying? And
right.
and and that is the message that I want to tell everybody out there today. Whatever your obstacle is, your obstacle could be the fact that you need a better camera because the camera that you have is not good. Hey,
Right.
go out and get that camera. Your
Right. Right.
your computer may not be the best computer. Now we all know that equipment costs money. So if you got to save, if you got to work an extra shift, if you got to
Yeah.
do overtime just
Expensive.
to get to where you have to get, then you need to do that just to get over that hurdle, just to
Right.
knock out that obstacle that is hindering you, that's blocking you for getting that computer, getting that piece of software that
Gotta
costs
press some things.
$1,000. These are the obstacles that I'm talking about. These are the things that's blocking you for doing this,
Right.
you know. And I also want to relay a message to people that just starting out who want to do this, like what you see now when how you get the lights to come on and how my camera is so bright and things of that nature. One, you invest in yourself. You see what I'm saying? Invest in yourself. Don't listen to other people because when I came into this, and I'm gonna end this with me. When I came into this business, I
Mhm.
heard three different quotes. Three different quotes. The first quote was $2,000.
Mm.
That was the very first quote.
35,000.
Right. The second quote was 250. The third one was like 750. So I'm like, wait a minute. Like there's virtually impossible that a computer can cost $2,000. And that's what the person said. The person said that the computer that you need is going to cost about $2,000.
That's
I
what I
was
was
like,
told.
that is just virtually impossible. But what I'm trying to say to you, good people, is do your research, do whatever it is that you need to do to get to where you need to be. And those obstacles that's in your way, you just need to knock them out. You just need to knock them out of the way. If you have to be that one-man show, be that one-man show.
Right.
Absolutely. It's nothing wrong with that. But if you have a team of people, you just got to make sure those team of people are in your corner.
That's right. That's right. And I totally I totally agree with you, because I reached out to some engineers when I got the ding 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 in this quarantine. I was like, okay, Johns Hopkins laid me off, and I've actually always said, if I got laid off from my job, I was never going back to work. I've said that.
Wow.
I was going to run a full-time business and make a move, but Corona said no. That I would say something before that, but it's a Sunday morning service, so call me on Wednesday, and I'll tell you how I really feel about Corona. But she said no. She said not today. However, it taught me resilience. It taught me patience. It taught me understanding. And it showed me what I wanted. It showed me what I didn't want. It showed me who was there. It showed me who wasn't there. So we have to take all of that in perspective and say, even though this pandemic did kick out, and even though we tried to get through, it's okay, because it will happen again. And the next time it happens, it may not be ready, or maybe something else. But the fact of the matter is, we took the time and we did it, and we worked with it, and we made it happen. And until this day, and I've gotten away from P.I.N.K.S Broadcasting Consulting. I'm back with the P.I.N.K Show, because I'm now hosting shows in my home, which to me is inconvenience, because I like to be in my own space. But because we're in a pandemic, I have to make way of what it is. But God sees all, and He knows all. So being patient and being faithful with the little things is what's going to open the door for me to be able to have what it is God wanted me to have from the beginning.
Right.
When I first looked into this, I said, I reached out to my engineer that I had at one of my previous shows, and he was breaking down. He was like, well, P.I.N.K.S, you're going to need this board is like $15,000, and then you're going to need these speakers. And by the time he got finished with me, he said $35,000. I was like, well, where that money coming from? Because I don't have that kind of money. I knew I didn't have that kind of money. And just to piggyback on, I put out a social media fund GoFundMe page. It was a page for donations to be incorporated into the P.I.N.K studio. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is a disclaimer, and I have to clear the air. I didn't want your money. I didn't want anybody's money. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because it was things that was brought up, that how can someone introduce themselves to want to have a show and then reach out for money? I didn't want your money.
Right.
The purpose of me reaching out to get funds for the P.I.N.K Show was a seed that was sown on your behalf for your business.
Right.
And I had, because the funds that was sent to me, we allocated it to the P.I.N.K Show.
Right.
You said we need this. I had that, and I went and got this.
Right.
Because those funds is what made that P.I.N.K Show. It was not about the money at all. Because, we have to understand, and this is why people can't move the way they need to move, because they would think that what they doing is it wasn't about the money. I had my close friends reach. I had my sister she go down there and get your stuff and I'll pay for it. You know what I mean? You gave me lighting and stuff, and you gave me stuff that I knew at that time I didn't have. So it wasn't like it was the money, because you saw that, you see the studio. I had Nicole, I had my my niece Nicole, who assisted in decorating. She did a fabulous job. She brought that vision to life. And I want to thank her for being a part, for coming and helping and assisting. You know what I mean? And I just want, my thing is to continue to help people who felt rejected like me.
Right.
Understand that there is an opportunity and there is someone who is here and willing to, my glass is crooked, just like to make sure it looks good on screen, who is here to help you push to be great. You know, purpose promotes potential. Potential promotes perseverance. Perseverance brings prosperity, and prosperity grabs patience.
Right.
P words. I live off of P words. That's why my name is P.I.N.K.S, because I live off the P words. And
Right.
then there's nothing more than power. The power and the integrity to be able to just do it. Just do it without regrets, but also understand there are guidelines to follow. And there are things that you have to do. You just can't jump into it. You gotta make everybody a perspective in this situation. Your spouse, you know, if you have small children, your full-time job, your
Right.
school, these are things that you have to take in perspective also. And
Right.
you know, I had a talk the other day with a friend of mine who is in the entertainment business, and this is just what they relate to me personally because of who they are as a person and the love that they share with many and the love that they get from many and the way people look at them and value them. They can't have they feel like they just can't have a spouse.
Right.
They can't have a family right now because whoever that person is will have to understand that that is their gift.
Right.
That is their passion that God has given them. I can honestly tell you, and I mean, I'm being transparent right now. I have nothing to lose at this point, okay? I had no identity of anything. I had no purpose. I had no understanding of nothing.
Right.
All I knew is that I had greatness in me. Somewhere along the line, it was greatness down inside of Cutrina that I knew nothing about until I totally gave my life over to Christ. I surrendered everything that I had went through, been through, caused issues, created issues, or whatever, under the submission of God. And when I did that, God showed me who I was in me, because I was always rejected from family, friends, everything that I wanted to be involved in, it was rejection. So I knew once God saved me and he gave me that gift, I knew it was just for me. And this is what it is. It's being a voice for those who don't have a voice.
Right.
Guess what? Back then, I wanted to be Sister Soldier. You remember Sister Soldier?
Yeah.
She was an activist. She went out there and she supported women, liberated women. She stood up for liberated women. And that was what I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be a activist to help empower women to be great. And to be honest, that's all I've ever done was empower women to be great. I don't care who you are. As a woman, you deserve to have greatness. We've come through a lot as women. If you just seen what happened. I just watched Abraham Lincoln yesterday, and I saw how women didn't even was able to vote. You know, like little things like that. You know, and I'm very sincere with that, because once you know it and you have the knowledge, you want to now apply it. And I didn't have the knowledge. I had the knowledge.
Right.
So now I want to apply it. Now I want to be able to help others overcome their obstacles. And I know for a fact this is just the beginning. I'm 50 years old, but it's still the beginning.
Right.
It's still I can't twerk, but it's still the beginning. You know, I got to cut up every now and then because that just makes me who I am today, right?
Hey.
But I'm just saying, this is.
On that note, we're going to pay some bills right quick. We're going to come back and talk to you about how people can find you on social media and how people can be a part of the P.I.N.K.S show. Coming back more with Sunday Morning Live, my special guest, my good friend, my sister, Cutrina P.I.N.K.S Freeman, and we're talking about today overcoming obstacles right here on the first episode. This is the first debut episode of Sunday Morning Live. Don't go nowhere, much more to come.
There is something about homemade treats that people cannot resist. The texture, the appearance, but most of all, the taste. If these things just activated your taste buds to have some delectable, tantalizing, and delicious treats, try Ellen's Sweet Treats for all of your dessert needs. Ellen's Sweet Treats specializes in a wide range of cakes, chocolate-covered strawberries, cookies, and pretzels, and more. And they are available for weddings, baby showers, gender reveal parties, birthday parties, and so much more. For more information about ordering and general questions, contact Linnea Neal on Facebook or call 443-589-4949. So place your order today to carve out your sweet tooth fix today.
You have a lot on your mind when you're moving, and life can get a little blurry. Let Focus Movers take the stress and worry of relocating off your back and onto their shoulders. Focus Movers is your complete moving solution for moving quickly. They pack, they carry, they move, and they deliver safely and securely. Professional with fair and honest rates, Focus Movers will help you move so you can focus on the things that really matter. Call 443-506-7905. That's 443-506-7905. Focus Movers. Safe, secure, fast.
The Charm City Direct TV merch store is here and open for business. Our mission is to serve everyone with the highest level of quality and respect, and with the best customer service experience ever. You will find just about anything at the Charm City Direct TV merch store, from t-shirts, hoodies, to backpacks and buttons, with all sizes and colors available. So go to www.shop.spreadshirt.com/charm-city-direct-tv-merch- and shop till you drop.
And welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, this is the first episode of Sunday Morning Live right here in the studios of Charm City Direct TV. Make sure you head on over to Facebook because we are live there. Head on over to Facebook. If you don't know how to get there, it's real simple, real easy. Go on over, and I thought I had it, and I apparently don't. But .com/Charm City Direct TV. You can head over to Twitter at Charm City Direct and YouTube at Charm City Direct TV. Today, good people, I had the pleasure again to sit down with my special guest, my sister, my good friend. She's my mentor because, like I said, when I came into this thing, she was doing it with with my god brother, and when I heard them on the radio, I was just in shock. Yes. So we come to that part of the show where to tell people how they can be a part of the P.I.N.K.S show. Where can people go to see it? How can people be a part of it?
Okay, well, I want to first give a personal shout out to my wife Shalonda, who I love very much. Has supported me through this whole ordeal, and I thank God for her and her life and her patience and her resilience with me in this process, because what I do it for us. So I want to put that out there to her. I don't know if she's watching or not, but that's just a message. If you're looking to be on the show, please send me an email at PPPINKS88@gmail.com. If you are looking to be on my Facebook page, and I just had to open up another Facebook page because I have 5,000 followers, and I got tired of deleting people and adding people. At Cutrina, Cutrina P.I.N.K.S Freeman, you can find me at Facebook. And if you're looking to find me on Instagram, I am P.I.N.K.S page on Instagram. And please, everyone, please go to YouTube, like and subscribe. P.I.N.K.S page, YouTube. All of my content will be going to YouTube more so than Facebook and Instagram. Please like and subscribe to P.I.N.K.S page show with YouTube, because this is where most of my content will be going for the duration. I do want to tell you that I am going on a hiatus, and I know this is new to Ernest as well, but I am going on a hiatus. I will be premiering the show this week. After this week, my intern is going back to school. She has to get acclimated because she's also involved in radio at her campus at Hartford University. Hey, go Deja, go Deja. So I will not be back on until the first or second week in March. But if you're still interested, send us an email, PPP.INKS88@gmail.com, so we can get you set up for March, because I am totally, completely giving myself a hiatus and making some other stuff. I start back in school on February 12th. So y'all keep me in prayer. But this is how you can reach me if you are very much so interested in being on the show as an artist, an entertainer, poet, your gift. Just let's do this. Let's do this. And then, of course, my man Ernest over here, Charm City Direct, he's here. Reach out to him, because he's running this thing every day. Every day. Reach out to him, reach out to me, and I'll connect you to him so that you guys can collaborate. That's basically it. I just want to say thank you all for tuning in and joining me and E, because this is just the beginning, especially for him.
Yeah.
Because he got it. He got it. When you get it here, it's gravy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know I get on his nerves sometimes, but he's always there for me. It may take another 30 minutes, but because he got me to a point where I can reach out and then he'll respond. But if he takes more than 30 minutes, I get nervous. So man, that's his fault. No, I'm just joking.
And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you again for tuning in to the first episode of Sunday Morning Live right here on Charm City Direct TV. Make sure you tune in next week for another great show and episode 2. Not sure of what the topic will be, but I know it's going to be inspirational, motivational, and entertaining. I also would like to thank my special guest today, Miss Cutrina P.I.N.K.S Freeman, for joining me. I know this was last minute because the person that was supposed to come on, she is not feeling well, but it's always a pleasure to chop it up with you. And to the Baltimore Urban Inspirational Choir, that piece that you heard earlier. Yes.
They on the scene and they making moves.
Right. So make sure you check them out on YouTube and Facebook. Awesome choir, awesome choir director. Make sure you check them out and support them. And of course, make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow everything Charm City Direct TV, because we are the heartbeat of the city. Want to leave you with this. I want to leave you with this video of some inspiration before I go. But before I go, I just want to say I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. And this is Sunday Morning Live. Let us rejoice in this day and be glad in it. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for watching another great live broadcast on Charm City Direct TV. Make sure you head on over to YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitter for more great content on Charm City Direct TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow everything Charm City Direct TV.